Many thanks for joining us, dear viewers. This is Owen Horn of Africa's Future Africa program. I'm Kawandumu by hosting this program. Have a good time with us today. I'm joined by one Pan-Africanist. He's also a CEO and a founder of the Act Africa Now, Alex Maharaja. Alex, many thanks for joining me and welcome to this program.
Thank you, Nas, for having me.
Please introduce yourself and then we'll proceed to our today's agenda.
Well, thank you. My name's Alex Maharaja, and I'm the founder of African Act Now and the Pan-African. And then this organization is about helping people to understand, to come to themselves, to come to self-realization as Africa. In order to unite Africa, we're supposed to come together and integrate ourselves rather than relying on outside forces.
So what is your understanding about the situation of this country? What is exactly your understanding about Ethiopia at the moment?
At the moment, Ethiopia is a peaceful country, is a stable country. There is no any problem. Those things that we are hearing from BBC and CNN, those are just propaganda news. People should not believe those news. They are just fake news. We should rely on local media and we should emphasize those local news so that we can able to understand what they are talking about rather than putting faith and believe those foreign medias.
The so-called foreign media or international media like the BBC, CNN and others was reporting at the capital of Ethiopia. This was in Sejen under the control of the rebels. The one who is living in the capital here, what is your comment? What is your understanding about this situation? How do you evaluate their reporting?
No, BBC and the CNN news, before they report, they are staged news. For instance, I'll give you an example. When they mentioned that the capital Addis Ababa was under siege, I was out of Addis Ababa. I was in Hawassa enjoying. How can Addis Ababa be under siege when I'm in Hawassa? And then I came back from Hawassa. They were reporting the same news. I entered Addis Ababa. Then after 2 weeks, I went to Bardar as well. They were speaking the same news that Addis Ababa is under siege. So I don't know what type of siege is that.
What do you think is the reason behind their fake news and propaganda about this country? What is the reason behind this?
The reason obviously, all people, they know the reason. The reason is U.S. government. U.S. government want to overthrow the democratically elected government so that they can put their own puppets. So we deny that at the first place because we have discovered that the U.S. government is behind all this evil situation we are having in Ethiopia today. But we are going to conquer it with unity. No one can going to divide us.
Great. The United States of America's embassy, the U.S. embassy in Addis Ababa or in Ethiopia is also calling for its citizens to leave the country as soon as possible, claiming security problems in this country. What do you think is the reason behind this false propaganda while the capital is very peaceful?
Those are their own information. They are using their own illusion to brainwash people, to make, as America is a big country, superpower in the whole world, they're trying to put that voice so that people, they can have fear, they can have shock that Addis Ababa is under attack or Ethiopia, there's a chaos. To my own opinion, Ethiopia is a peaceful country, is loving country, is have no any problem. Only people, American, they should come to their own senses. They should apologize to the Ethiopian government for what they have been caused, because Ethiopia is not the country which you can just come and point finger at. Ethiopia is a peaceful country.
How do you see the hashtag No More campaign and the change that it is making at the international level right now?
The No More movement, it's really making huge impact on our society. It started as small movements and then it just grows. Today is a global movement whereby it's supported by so many people, including me as well. So this movement, it must continue like this to support our fight This is not only Ethiopian fight, it's an African fight. So in order to move forward, this movement should sustain the same spirit. In the way they are moving is moving like the speed of light. So we must maintain that in order to conquer anything against us.
Great. At the moment, many Pan-Africanist and political analysts are saying that Ethiopia is fighting the Africa's war, the Africa's battle. Do you agree with this point? If so, what does that mean for you?
Yes, I agree with you 100%. I mean, Ethiopia is fighting the African war because there are outside powers who are interfering in Ethiopian internal politics. So this issue is supposed to be sorted by Ethiopians themselves, not America or EU or other organization who don't argue with Ethiopian politics. So as African, we should come together and support the Ethiopian government and Ethiopian people because this fight is not for Ethiopian fight only, it's for African fight.
Great. If Ethiopia is fighting the Africa's war, the Africa's battle, why the rest of the African countries are currently sleeping and not voicing their voice for Ethiopia? Why they failed to stand by the side of Ethiopia in joining hands and other things? Why the reason behind this? Why they failed to show solidarity? Most probably the government of African states. The leadership. I'm talking about the leadership, not the people like you guys.
Well, this is a good question you're asking. Because I've seen so many Ethiopians, they came in solidarity with Eritrean, they came in solidarity with other friends of Ethiopian, friends of Eritrean. You know, in our African governments, you know, they are afraid. You know, they are superpower who are there. They are watching them. Huh? When you are handing your hands like this each and every time, and the person who's helping you have to detect you what you have to say. So I think they're gonna wake up soon. This movement is a waking up. Is a waking up call for every African citizens. So people, they are waking up. So this time, all people, they are going to support Ethiopia with no questions. So I'm from also another country, so I'm supporting Ethiopia. So there is no question about that. We are going to fight this war. It's for everybody. Must get involved.
When is the right time to unite Africa?
That's the good question also. The good time, there's no good time to unite Africa. The good time to unite Africa is now. It starts now, exactly. Not tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We don't have to wait for 2063 in order to unite. Let us put everything aside behind our back and come together, unite as one Africa. In order to do that, we need commitment. We're supposed to do this not in words only. With action, we need more action than words only because the world is watching us.
What do you mean by 2063?
I meant 2063, we don't have to wait that time because those who propose that, they're not going to be around at that time. So we're supposed to do it ourselves when we have this time. We don't have to wait in that future time. Yes, this is our time. We're supposed to act now.
All right. Many people are also saying that Pan-Africanism is gaining its rebirth as the current #NoMore campaign. Do you agree with this point? And what is the spirit of Pan-Africanism at the moment? How do you evaluate? How do you see the spirit of Pan-Africanism at the moment in Ethiopia's today's case?
Well, the Pan-African movement is doing quite well, according to my own understanding, my own opinion, because when it came back from long time, Kwame Nkrumah, from Julius Nyerere, even other heroes who want to fight, who want to unite Africa. So this Pan-African movement is really doing a good job because we cannot unite if we don't have this organization behind or other institution who can support the movement in order to move forward as an African.
What the role of African Union or AU when some problem was happen in one African country?
Well, the law of African countries, it should be African problems to African solutions. So this could be, I can give you an example, when there was a problem in the Gambia, the current president Baron and the former president Yahweh, they had a problem, when they had elections, and then they had disputes about the election, who's the winner, who did not win. So the ECOWAS had to intervene. So when ECOWAS intervened, then the president have to relinquish power, the one who was claiming he won the election. So now in the Gambia, there is a peace, and the Gambia there is a prosperity at the moment. So why not? We cannot imitate the same thing which happened in the Gambia to other African countries in order to move forward. So another issue of African nation, African Union, is supposed to come together not only to represent Africa using words. We need more actions.
All right. Ethiopia is the seat of African Union and many international organizations, as you know, as well. How do you see the role of the African Union and AU played in resisting superpowers' pressure into the African affairs?
Well, African Union, to be honest with you, is a lion without teeth.
What does that mean?
It means it represents African countries with words, not with actions. We need more action than words. African countries are supporting African Union, but African Union have to have this responsibility to really represent African people and Africa as a continent at large. We don't have to rely on aid. African Union rely on EU aid and other superpower in terms of finance and other issues. So we don't have to rely on that. African Union is supposed to be self-sufficient in order to move forward. I cannot give you aid and then you tell me what to do. That is impossible. You have to be self-sufficient so that you're going to have your own voice. You're going to stand on your own things. You're going to do your own things. You're going to fund your own project in everything you do. You don't have to relate to those people who are against you and they are giving you something, and then what you're going to say is going to be useless. So we need strong institution. As an African, we're supposed to found the African Union. We're supposed to contribute. Each and African countries supposed to contribute certain amount so that African Union can have power to sustain itself without outside aids.
Good. For the future, what should be the way, the best way forward for Africans in Africa in general? What should be the best way?
Okay, the first things is to unite. Through unity, nothing can divide us. No one can infiltrate us. Other thing is to understand one another as an African. Stop being greedy. Stop being corrupt. Stop being a puppet of Western powers. In the African government, as we're speaking now, there are those people who are agents of Western powers. Their job is to spy on the government institutions so they can give the information to those superpowers. So in order to avoid that, we should remove those rotten potatoes among us if we want to move forward for sure. That's my advice.
Great. Nowadays you are living in Ethiopia, so I'm going to ask you the current situation in this country and how do you see the decision of the Prime Minister of Ethiopia to join the army and lead the army from the front line on the ongoing war with the terrorist TPLF and allied groups?
The decision was a wonderful decision. I really salute Abiy Ahmed for that, and then I could not even understand and believe that decision is a rare decision he made to go to the front line and support his country. It shows that he's really patriotic. He really loves his country. He have balance. So when he went to support the troop in DF to the battlefield, he has even increased the morale of the NDF. He boosted the morale. In few days, you can see how many cities they captures, how many villages they captures, just within days. So that was incredible and remarkable advance, which I could not even understand. So for that, I salute him. He's our hero. He's our African hero. He should continue like that. He has our full support.
What is exactly the message of the Prime Minister's decision for the rest of African country leaders?
Well, the West African leaders, the message he's trying to signal to them is that they should unite. To unite is not by words. They should stop being greedy. They should stop to bow down to the superpower demands. They should stand to their own value and integrity. You can have everything, all money in the world. You can have all luxuries in the world. You can have everything you want in the world. But without value and integrity, that will be zero. So Abiy Ahmed is an example into our African continent, and we are lucky to have him at this moment. So we should support him and protect him in many ways.
Great. And nowadays, the leaders of Africans are claiming for representation of Africa in Security Council, UN. What is your comment on that?
My comment on that, this is a great idea, and it came at the right moment. So we have to catch up at this opportunity. We must not lose this opportunity, because 1.3 billion people, they need voice at council, Security Council. We don't have to rely on the information coming from outside. We need the representative who can represent us as continent and all. So this idea, I really support it. So when we are supported and they have representation, a representative at a Security Council, this issue is going to be very good for Africans. And we are going to have voices, because we are not represented and we have no voice. How can we express our thoughts without having a representative who are representing us? So we need to fight for this, and we are encouraging all African countries to get involved, to get engaged, come together in unity and engage in different areas and support our presidents in fight of this veto.
Great, Alex Maharaja. I'm done with all my questions. And lastly, if you have a general message for the people, government of Ethiopia, as well as all African people in general, over to you.
Okay, thank you. So what I have to say to the Ethiopian people and the friends of Ethiopia is that they're supposed to stand firm. Don't allow anybody to infiltrate you, to give you fake news. If you need a real news, this is a news where I'm talking right now, OBN news, can give you a good news which is happening in Ethiopia, rather than relying on CNN and BBC news. The other things that all Ethiopian and African people should come together so that we can build our continent, live in harmony. The other message I'm trying to give is we should give unwavering support to our Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed so that he can be able to accomplish his mission. Let's give him a time. He's overwhelmed with so many jobs. So let's give him a time so that he can do the great job. Let's avoid the distractions.
Thank you very much again for your time and the best thoughts that you shared to us. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, this will bring us to the end of this edition. I will go on by hosting this program. Till the next edition, have a good time.